Hello everyone. The goal of this presentation is to clarify and explain the upcoming mandatory changes to the NIH Biosketch and current and pending support forms, the deadline, the new requirements, and the immediate actions researchers need to take. The target audience is NIH funding principal investigators, senior key personnel, and research administrators. If you apply for or receive funding from the National Institute of Health, there are critical changes coming that you need to prepare for. So the old Biosketch is no longer valid, so you're going to have to submit your new Biosketch. The deadline for submitting this new Biosketch format is January 25th, 2026. NIH is mandating the use of this new standardized common form for the biographical sketch and for current and pending other support. By February 6, 2026, there's going to be an error preventing the submission of the incorrect or uncertified forms, which will cause NIH to withdraw your application from consideration. So how will you create these new forms? The answer is the SciENcv. NIH will require you to use the Science Expert Network Curriculum Vitae or SciENcv to generate these documents. Paper or fillable PDF versions will no longer be accepted. To comply, every senior and key personnel must have an ORCID, link it to their ERA Commons account, and use SciENcv to certify and produce the required PDF documents. One of the most significant changes or requirement is a mandatory certification. As part of these new forms, each senior and key person must personally certify that they are not a party to a malignant foreign talent recruitment program. This certification is required at the time of application on the Biosketch itself and must be recertified annually with your Research Performance Progress Report, or RPPR. So how is this new form different from the old Biosketch? So this document is now divided in two forms. One is a biographical sketch and common form, and the other one is a biographical sketch supplement. The education training in the old form now is the professional preparation, where you add your education and training listed in reverse chronological order by start date, and this section is not present in the supplement form. There are no page limits for these documents. In the old form, the personal statement used to be a narrative and 4 product citations or supporting the narrative. In the new common form, there is a section called products that most closely relate to the proposed project with a limit of 5 citations, and these 5 citations are going to be used to support your personal statement in the supplement form, where no citations are allowed, and you're going to have 3,500 characters as limit. So other new sections, what used to be the position, scientific appointments, and honors, is going to be divided into the common forms, now having the appointments and positions for a period of up to 3 years from the day you submit your application, and the honors section is going to be in the supplement, and it's going to be limited to no more than 15 entries. The old contributions to science, section C, used to have up to 5 narratives, and each narrative was allowed to have 4 citations each. Now this is divided into the commons form products, which you're going to select up to 5 significant products that highlights your contributions to science, and the contribution to science itself is going to be in the supplement. It won't be allowed to have citations. You can provide up to 5 narratives, contribution to science, and each one is limited to 2,000 characters. So you will use these 5 other products to support your up to 5 narrative contributions to science. The first step, creating the ORCID. So to create an ORCID, you can search for ORCID, and you're going to find the website of ORCID. You can sign up, register. If you don't have an account, you can register for one. And you can use, if you have your ORCID up to date, you can use this website to bring your publications, positions, education, etc., to import it into the SciENcv. It's not required, but if you have it and you would like to import it, it's going to be there for you to use it. So if you don't have an ORCID, you can create one by signing in, register, and you can fill the required information to create the account. So one of the ways you can link your ORCID to an ERA Commons account is once you log in your ERA Commons account, you can go to your personal profile and click on Create or Connect to ORCID, and this is one way you can do this linking your ORCID to the ERA Commons. There are other ways you can connect the ORCID to my NCBI account, and I will be showing that later in this presentation. So now you have your ORCID. Let's log in into my NCBI account. If you don't have an NCBI account, you can create one, and you can, first time you create your NCBI account, use your ERA Commons account. This way both accounts get linked, and every information you have in your ERA Commons account is going to be communicating with your My NCBI account. Once you log in into your NCBI account, you can go to your profile button and select the account settings, and you can scroll down and add an account, and you're gonna bring and search for ORCID. Click on the ORCID link and sign in into your ORCID account. So this is a way you can add that account to your My NCBI profile. For those who have administrative assistants, you can delegate your My Bibliography and SciENcv to be completed by your administrative assistant or the person who is going to help you with this. So the way you do that is the administrative assistant fill all the required information into your My Bibliography and SciENcv, but only the investigator and the key personnel can certify and complete the process. So the delegate cannot do the certification process. That has to be done by the principal investigator or the key person. So the way you do that, you go to your profile as principal investigator, you click on the account settings, and you scroll down the page and go to the Add Delegates button. When you click on that, you add the email of the administrative assistant or the person who's going to take care of help you with the SciENcv My Bibliography. You click Save, and the person will receive a notification that is being added as a delegate, and now they can complete those two documents. How to manage My Bibliography section. Once you log into My NCBI, you will see a window or a section that contains My Bibliography. You can click on Manage My Bibliography, and notice that there should appear, if you log in to My NCBI using the ERA Commons account, you should have a logo that says that your account is linked to My NCBI. This way, you're going to be able to see the public access compliance status of your publications. And that's important because if you're not compliant with the NIH public access policy, then your funding can be withheld. The way you add citations in My Bibliography is three ways: from PubMed, from a file, and manually. So if your publications are indexed in PubMed, you can click in from PubMed, do a search publications, select those, and add it to My Bibliography. However, the best way to add publications to PubMed is to go directly to PubMed, open PubMed, and do a more sophisticated search. Let's say you can search by your author name and combine that with your institution as affiliation, so you can add several institutions in case you've have previous institution where you publish previous works. Once you're happy with your references, you can send those to My Bibliography. I also added this information on how to use the field tags to search PubMed for more specific searches. Once you select your publications in PubMed, you can click Send To and select My Bibliography and add them to My Bibliography, and they will be added to My Bibliography. So another way to add references to My Bibliography is manually. Please do not add citations that appear in PubMed manually. It creates duplicates, and then you will have issues. So you won't be able to see the compliance of those publications, the public access compliance of those publications. So click on manually, and manually there is many different citations that you can add that do not appear in PubMed, from book chapters, opinion pieces, meetings, etc., presentations, etc. So, and complete the information required and click on Add the Citation. So the last method to add citations to My Bibliography is for those that do not appear in PubMed. You can search databases. So let's say that journals are not indexed in PubMed. You can search a database like Web of Science, find the publications that are not indexed in PubMed. Once you're happy with your search, the publications you selected, you can save those, click on export and save those as IRS format and save it to your computer. So then you can go to My Bibliography, click on Add Citation from File, find those that citations that you save as IRS file, click on Open, and they will be added. So let's manage the SciENcv section and create the Biosketch. Go back to my NCBI dashboard. Under the SciENcv section, click on Manage SciENcv. The first time you arrive in here, you won't have any Biosketch, so this is going to be empty. So click on Manage SciENcv, and let's look at the Biographical Sketch common form. So the first section is Identify Information, Organization, and Location. You can click Add or Edit if you already have it. Fill the form, click on Save it. Then the section A, Professional Preparation. You can add professional preparation, add the organizations, required information. Any of those fields that has an asterisk is required. If you don't fill those, it won't allow you to save the information. So you have to, it's going to force you to enter that information there. So you can either save and add another entry, or you can save and continue to the next section. Section B, Appointments and Positions. You can click on Add Appointments and Positions. Notice that each of the sections have an explanation of what is required for you to complete in each of these sections. So add appointments, positions, and fill the required information, either save and add another entry or save and continue to the next session. The section C, products. These are the products closely related to the proposed project. So you will select up to 5 products. So click on Select Related Products. And here you will have, if you completed My Bibliography and you have your citations ready in My Bibliography, you will have access to those. It's just a matter of selecting the ones that are relevant to the related project, the submission. Or you can, if you have ORCID also populated with your citation, you can have those ready from ORCID and select those from ORCID. Either way or both. The next section C, the other significant products. These are, remember, these are the products that are going to support your contributions to SciENcv. You have up to 5 products to select. So click on Select All the Products. And again, you will have either My Bibliography or an ORCID to select those references from. So select the ones that you are going to use for your contributions to SciENcv, to support your contributions to SciENcv, and say continue. So in case of the biographical sketch supplement, the section A, you're going to provide personal statement. You have up to 3,500 characters. Click on Add Personal Statement, fill the form, click Save when you're ready. You have a limit of 3,500 characters, as I mentioned. In honors section B, you can add honors, and you can fill the information again, click on Save or add more, or save if you have completed this section already. So finally, contributions to SciENcv. You can click to add the contributions to SciENcv. You have up to 5 contributions to SciENcv and up to 5 references in the previous Biosketch form, common form, to support each of these. So add the description, save, and add all the contributions to SciENcv, or save, continue. So when you are ready, you need to certify your Biosketch, and if the button that says download PDF is gray, it means that you're missing information. It won't allow you to download and certify your Biosketch. So you have to go back and see what is the missing information that is impeding you to download this PDF. So once everything is completed, the button will show blue. So it's gonna be ready for the Biosketch to download and certify. Once you click in that button, a small window will appear certifying that the information is correct, accurate, and complete, and that you are not part of a malignant foreign talent recruitment program. So just click on Certify, and the document will download. So once the PDF is downloaded, do not modify, edit the document, because this may corrupt the metadata that is used for the system to verify the certification process, and it will give you errors when you try to submit your Biosketch to the system. So as some tips, the file name of the PDF may be updated once one is certified and downloaded, and there is some file instructions on how to do this. Do not modify or edit nor flatten the PDF once certified and downloaded from the SciENcv. Remember, this is going to modify or corrupt the metadata, and it can give you errors once you try to upload it to the system. And the final PDF will not download for certification, remember, unless all required information or fields are completed. In terms of the NIH current and pending OL support form, there are some individuals that don't require to have this document. Here are the list of them: program director, training faculty, individuals involved in oversight or training grants, and individuals categorized as other significant contributors. So those that the current and pending support is not requested for those individuals. The first section is to complete the profile, so you can edit and complete that profile if it's not already there, because it's coming from the SciENcv profile. Then the way you add documents, you click on Add New Document. You starting by adding the title. Then you click on NIH current and pending other support form as a part of the document type that you want to complete. And then you can use an existing SciENcv document, as you can do for the Biosketch. Also, you can do for the current and other support, or you can also upload the XML file. Your institution may have a tool that allows you to ingest information that is already in the system, in your institutional system, in terms of the other current and pending all the support. Or you can start with a blank document if none of those apply. So then you can click on create, and it start creating the current and pending on the support. So if you decide to do one from the beginning, from blank document, so click Add Proposals and Active Projects, and then you start filling the required information, and either save and add entries or save and continue to the next section. In-kind contributions, same. Add in-kind contributions, fill the form, and continue once you're done. So once you're done again, if anything is missing, the button for downloading is going to be gray. Once everything is completed, the button is going to be blue and will allow you to download and certify the document. Once you click on that, the window appears for certification. You click on Certify again. Do not edit the document after you have certified. This can corrupt the metadata, and it's going to give you errors once you try to upload the document to the system.